Just a quick reminder, before I get too into this video, so to speak, all the older people in your life, just check on them. They're not going to be here forever. Unfortunately, we're kind of going through a situation like this right now with my chick's grandma, and I don't wish it upon anybody, but just remember those people aren't going to be there forever. Check on them. Hope you enjoy. Hey, how goes it? And welcome back. I think I got it figured out now. I might have just been overdoing it a little bit. I just recorded a video and the quality, it was focusing in and out and being super weird. So yeah, anyways, today we're going to talk about, I'm almost certain everyone, if you are watching and you've been to jail or prison, even rehab, wherever, you've probably seen this guy or some variation of this guy. And who I'm talking about is that guy when you get to jail or prison, right? There's one everywhere. Almost certain of it. He wants to work on himself, which is awesome. I did the same. Millions of people have done the same thing. You want to get your mind right, your body right. But there's a line where it makes sense and it doesn't. But this guy, he's eating healthy, veggie trays. But here's the thing. On the street, this dude is shooting dope out of mud puddles, pulling water out of the back of a toilet, the grimiest of grimy, shower once a week. But then you get to jail or prison or wherever you're at, and all of a sudden, Splenda will kill you. Like artificial sugar, no, that's bad. Shooting dope out of a mud puddle, no big deal. What did you just say? No big deal? I'm telling you. You might not believe me, but I'm telling you. There's people like that out there. There is no shortage of them. I promise you that. And, this guy... So I'm thinking about somebody specifically. There was more than one of these kind of people, but I'm thinking about one specifically. And, I thought it was so weird. Like, he was tripping on this Splenda, the aspartame in it, which I get. It's not good for you. It's really not. But it's not what he was making it sound like, if that makes sense. And there, he would trip on other weird things like, yeah, we know the burger that they're feeding us is 90% soy or whatever, 10% beef. But it's still a burger. And I'm going to eat it, and I'm going to enjoy it, because it's good. If you want to eat nothing but veggie trays, be my guest. I'm not that guy. So that's just one example, if you will. But there's all kinds of, specific types of people, if you will. Another one that I've seen and later on heard about through, chances are, if you're watching this channel, you've seen who said this, if that makes sense. But the floor buffer, the floor orderly, the floor buffing man. I just thought it was like a one-off thing where we were at. But you get the dude who buffs the floors, right? Just buffs the floors. Here comes me, walk through the day room. He's like, bro, did you just get my floors dirty? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, I walked through there. Was I not supposed to? I mean, that's the only way out. You know that, right? You get the floors dirty? I'm like, no, just walk through there. Did not get them dirty. Didn't dump anything on them, do anything crazy. Alright, alright, alright. And super weird. And I actually had an opportunity, if you will, to buff floors. I worked in this building, they called it the T building, outside of the fence. Not an outside work crew job per se, but just a job outside of the fence. Got to drink real coffee, not instant coffee. A few other little weird perks. All I did was buff the floor, and I was, wham bam, get it done. These dudes, a job that should take somebody an hour, maybe 2 hours, they're doing it for like 5 or 6 hours. I couldn't make this up, I'm telling you. Like 5 or 6 hours, just same motion over and over and over again. Like, why? Why? The way it works in Oregon is they pay you by points, right? So, 3 to 7 points is like $22. 7 to 9 is like 37. 9 to 13 is like 55 or something. And then the next bracket's like 67. And then I think you max out at 77. At least I believe that's how it was when I was there. Unless you work in like the call center or the clothing factory thing. The call center, you can get paid per sale, and that's a whole nother story in itself. But these floor buffing guys, they were in the bracket where they made like the 37, I believe $37 a month. And they were working way harder than anybody else that made that kind of money. Which I understand, taking pride in your work. I get it. But when does it become obsessive and weird and, you know what I mean? Like, why are you buffing the floors for 6 hours? Honestly. Like, why? What? Just why? But they do it. And it wasn't at one, but 2 institutions I was at. And then I hear this later on down the road, and I'm like, this is going on at a prison 3,000 miles away from where I'm at. And I'm just thinking, is there something in that cleaner that they're huffing that's making them go cuckoo ka-choo? Or why? I thought it was funny when I heard it. Hey, it's not just the guys over here. Whatever. If buffing the floors makes you happy, more power to you. This next guy, in the instance I'm talking about, we called him Crazy Cardio Guy. And this dude, this was when I hit minimum, right? He would run, so breakfast gets over, they open yard, and it's open until count time before chow. This dude, I would go out, do my workout, right? He would go out to the yard and run. I would go and do my workout, anywhere from 45 minutes to maybe an hour and a half. I'd get done. He's still running. I go in, have a little bit of protein, maybe some oatmeal with peanut butter, take my shower, get my stuff together, my radio, go out, hit the track, do some laps. Here's this dude, Crazy Cardio Guy, running still. Okay, whatever, Fast forward, they're about to call yard to do count time before lunch. And here's dude, running still. And it wasn't like he'd do this once a week, or it was like, maybe not every day, but 5 or 6 days a week, no questions asked. Rain, snow, shine. Yard was open. Oh boy, he was running. Believe that. He was running. And then, so counterintuitive. We'd go in, and this dude would boom, 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 break up 2 soups, put them in his bowl, throw them in the microwave. I'm like, bro, You just ran for 4 hours and now you're just gonna down 2 soups with some beans and cheese? Like, you're just canceling all that out, man. But hey, if that's what you're into, more power to you. Later on down the road, I would understand it a little better as I started running. They had this thing called runner's line. You could get up at the butt crack of dawn, go out, hit your laps. And I started doing that, and you get this, at first it's kind of laborious, right? And then you get that second wind, and you're like, I feel good, And then you hit that third wind, you get that runner's high, and it feels good. So I understood it later, but I still, even when I was doing my cardio thing, as much as that dude ran was crazy. And he was old. He was in his 50s for sure, possibly even older. Like, they sell quite a different, styles of shoes and brands of shoes on commissary. Well, they have one set, these $239 New Balance, that I guess had like a lifetime warranty or I don't know, something like that. But he had those shoes, and this dude ran. Let me tell you what, he ran. And he did that, like I said, 5 or 6 days a week, no questions asked. And then you would go in and eat 2 soups, hey, whatever. Still didn't quite understand it, but yeah. And then, so here's another guy that you see him in the free world, and that's, maybe hypochondriac's not the right word, but like super OCD. He is spraying down his, like, the sinks in the bathroom and the toilet stall or whatever he's using. But once again, like the shoots dope out of a mud puddle guy, when he's out on the street, he wasn't caring. Probably doing all kinds of nefarious stuff, dirty as can be. But then in prison, he wants to wear a respirator and clean everything that he even attempts to look at. Huh. Hey, what are you looking for, man? Oh, I was looking for the logic in that, because it makes no sense. That didn't land. Not funny. Yeah, I tried. Yeah, there are definitely some weird, quirky people in there. Definitely some weird, quirky people. And then you get the guys with nicknames. So there's guys with nicknames that make perfect sense, and then there's guys with nicknames where you're like, okay, be curious to know what the story behind that one is. There's, the classic 300-pound dude named Tiny. Seen a few of those. Or, a big guy named Polar Bear. Seen that one. Funny one that I seen. So this was actually on the unit I landed on. And everyone called this dude Lizard. Like, Lizard? Huh, that's weird, right? He was a, fairly tall, normal build, white dude, right? But he loved to play basketball. And he was pretty good at it, actually. But when he would get into the game, he's doing, getting the tongue going. And that made sense. It's like, that's why they call him Lizard. Because when he got going, he got that tongue a-moving, and made perfect sense after that. God, and then there's like the nicknames. Like, some of the natives will have nicknames that are like, stuff to do with their ancestors and things of that nature. But then a lot of times it's just dudes calling each other by like their last name. It's just really common. And then just like out here in the free world, sometimes there'll be 37 Mikes and 37 Jasons. Like, that's just the common name. Or So then they'll just come up with nicknames for them, or like, and it can be the weirdest thing. I remember this one. It was a situation like that. There's like 4 mics. Well, one dude, the only way he drinks his coffee is, with the creamer, the sugar, the hot chocolate. So they started calling him Cadillac Mike. Made sense. Whatever. God, I'm trying to think of some other weird nicknames, because they're out there. I mean, believe me, people come up with the just most off the wall stuff. But I think with that, maybe we'll wrap her up. I just want to say that if I can get clean and sober, I promise that you guys can too. It just takes some hard work and some dedication. But if you put forth the effort, you will succeed. If you guys are looking for help getting into treatment or something like that, hit me up on my Instagram or Twitter, and I will see what I can do for you. But until I see you next time, y'all take care now.